Kjetil Knutsen and his Bodø Glimt tactics. Can we recreate them in eFootball? After a terrible start to their first Champions League journey, Bodø Glimt reached the round of 16 playoffs after surprisingly beating Man City and Atletico, and then knocking out Inter Milan by a dominating aggregate score of 5-2. Let's dive deep into KNUTSEN'S tactics and unveil the tactical mystery behind this team. Kjetil Knutsen became Bodø Glimt's manager in 2018 and led them to their first Norwegian top division title in 2020. They also showed rapid improvement as they reached the Europa League semis in 2025, and now the Champions League round of 16. 9 out of Bodø Glimt starters are Norwegian, so Knutsen makes excellent use of the relative homogeneity of the domestic players, and helped Bodø Glimt beat Inter Milan both at home and away while having just 8.6% of Inter Milan's total squad value. How did Bodø Glimt defend? The lineup is a 4-3-3, but they defended mainly in a 4-4-2, with the left winger Hauge dropping deep into the midfield line. Against a three-man midfield like Inter's 5-3-2, 4-4-2 has a natural numerical disadvantage of 2 versus 3 in the midfield. But Knutsen kept the 4-4-2 very compact, by having the front two very close to the rest of the defenders, adding a level of thickness. Inter used wingbacks instead of fast wingers, so their ball progression depended more on Inter's 2 forwards and midfielders, so Bodø Glimt kept the central area compact. When Inter's forwards received the ball, Bodø Glimt's midfielders immediately squeezed them with the defenders to limit their hold-up play. On the contrary, Inter's wingbacks were often allowed space on the ball. In the second leg, Inter had 19 accurate crosses, but they only scored 1 goal from a set piece. So KNUTSEN'S compact 4-4-2 was very effective. They also activated a high press quite often too. By having Hauge defending at a deeper position, Fett, one of the central midfielders, would press high and join the front two, making their 4-4-2 a very flexible defensive shape. But Bodø Glimt was far from just a low-block defensive team. They scored a total of 5 goals in the span of 2 games. Bodø Glimt's attacking system surrounded around 3 key players: Berg, Hauge, and Høy. The 2 center backs were usually against Inter's front two, so the single pivot, Berg, would move around and was always ready to receive a pass. Berg was the metronome. He constantly scanned the field and made back passes against Inter's press, and would move around the midfield, sometimes moving high and joining the attack. Hauge on the left would also drop deep to collect the ball to receive a short pass. Being right-footed and playing on the left, he was basically a wide playmaker and roamed into the midfield while the left back Bjørken took his space wide. But he finished chances in the box and produced 2 goals and 1 assist. This 4-3-3 was their standard attacking shape, but the players could move anywhere. The main objective is clear: third man runs and creating a sudden overload. The passers from the back targeted the forwards, Hauge and Fett and Evjen. The other 2 midfielders would suddenly run towards them as the third man, so the forward could then immediately lay it off to one of the runners, who were already very close, creating scoring chances by following that momentum as a group. In their first goal, Evjen passed it to Høy while Fett made the third man run. So Høy passed it to Fett in 1 touch, and it was a very clear chance in the middle. We can see this strategy being applied again and again, creating a very crowded overload in the central area and attacking in quick combinations of passes. This overload is also able to free up other players out wide. Blomberg is a right-footed right winger. When his teammates crowded the middle, he could receive the ball out wide, so Blomberg had many targets to cross towards with his right foot. The same applied to the fullbacks. For this strategy to work, it is very important to have the third man run towards the second man, and for the second man to control the ball off a pass. But it is not easy for Bodø's players to always accurately make short, intricate passes, so what did they do? They played many long passes towards one main target, Høy. Høy is 186 centimeters tall, and he won all 4 out of 4 aerial duels in the first leg. When Høy received long passes, other teammates made third-man runs, or stayed around him to win the second ball. This strategy is a very important aspect of Bodø Glimt's attack. When they got the second ball, the team shape was naturally already overloading a region. But for this to work, the players have to know the timing. Because upon losing possession, it is also dangerous against counterattacks. It is just that Inter lacked counterattacking pace. So Høy's role was so important: winning aerial duels for teammates, also laying one-touch passes to runners, as well as running into the box to finish immediately. If we take a look at some of Bodø Glimt's goals, we can see the same strategy of creating a sudden overload in the middle. Overall, Knutsen's system is effectively built around key players, with clearly defined roles for each, while still allowing all players the freedom to respond organically to situations they perceive on the pitch, rather than playing in a rigid, formulaic way. How can we build a squad that clones Knutsen's tactics? What should be the team play style? I think the most ideal one is long ball, sending long passes from the back, then players move close to win the second ball, as well as moving as a group that makes it easier to spot the third man. What about the formation? It's a 4-3-3 with a left CMF, a right AMF, and a left SS. A left SS is Hauge because he often joined the build-up into the middle. If we use Capello, we can activate link-up if we use a goal poacher forward and an orchestrator DMF. Then individual instructions include attacking on the left back and deep line on the left SS to defend in a 4-4-2. You can use your favorite keeper as Heiken and your favorite defenders as Gundersen and Bjørtoft. Then the fullbacks, Bjørken and Sjovold, are both attacking fullbacks. Berg is an orchestrator or box-to-box defensive midfielder. Then Fett is a box-to-box left CMF, and Evgen is a whole player right AMF. The left SS is a creative playmaker in Hauge's role. Hug is the center forward. We can use any playstyle, but he should be a tall forward with good aerial ability. Then the right winger, Blomberg, is a right-footed right winger. Again, any playstyle is okay. If you are lucky and get Dirk Kuyt, he's the perfect option. Here's the formation, instructions, and the table of players. How well does this long ball tactic do in online division? We will try it in 4 matches. The left SS creative playmaker moves inward more, and the left back moves high.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Shot, surely! Should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Great dribble, wow.
Cruyff ploughing through the middle. You seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim. Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls.
Unless we are defending in transition, usually we want to keep our defensive shape vertically compact by keeping our forwards close to the midfielders.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to... Never going to make it. And it's Neymar.
We have many attackers in the middle, so our fullbacks are free to cross.
Deep cross. Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finish.
A long ball that aims at our 9, and a midfielder gets the second ball.
Batistuta is carrying after that one. Zanetti tries making a foray down the right. Doué, somewhat less than ideal. Norway clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. Shot! Look happier, that's the game. So the manager could make a change for the first time in the game here. So the first goal.
An attack that features spotting the third man twice.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now. Along with good purpose and urgency. It's loose. Oh, he's been caught napping, and he's following up. Norway must do something here, and very quickly. At least they're going about it. Up he goes! It's a deft little ball. Norway really... There's the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Norway have...
Final long pass attack.
Shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Holland! Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Dida. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge. Pounded him off it.
Again, we have many options in the middle.
Rice. This is Batistuta. He's being urged to shoot, and that is Snuta! Oh, he's decent chance! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Delivered with, has another go! 6 cents. It's a sharp little ball here. Shoots! And cuts out the supply. And he's running through. The most accurate pass.
The players at the front are so close that they can make this kind of one-touch pass.
He's onto it in a flash.
Neymar here is like Hauge, the left SS who joins the build-up, so the left back takes the wide space and crosses.
Crisp and sharp.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern...
Up he goes! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unearned. It's anybody's game here. I thought well played, well sorted out. Maldini. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Neymar
Having a tall forward like Haaland in this tactic is a must.
It's run loose, who's going to get there? Cleared without complication. Mateus.
Here again, Neymar and Haaland are so close, one-touch pass.
Haaland! Just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Nicely waited for. It's Vieri!
It's coming a mile off, and it was the best decision.
Oh, tries a shot! And again! Loose ball now, there's a chase on to retrieve it. That's tiny. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would come.
It's bounced back off the post.
Well, if they're looking to win this, they're certainly going about things the right way.
I really like these non-linear runs by the midfielders.
Flings it across. It's Tonali. Played with finesse. Big chance!
Finally, oh my.
It's in! They can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans.
Who played as a withdrawn winger?
He's had some wow moments along the way.
He excels.
He's through and shoots! It's loose. Roberto Carlos plays it short. Vieri. He's had a shot! Big moment!
Poetry in motion.
Norway are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Oh, shooting chance!
Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
It's on! Tonali. Haaland. Gravenberg. Here's Haaland. Can he get on the end of this?
When passes aren't getting through, just spam long passes.
And he's had a shot! Tonali. Passes short and sharp. Haaland! Loose added time. Thuram. And that's that. Well, that was a frustrating game. Time.
Quick combination of passes after spotting open players.
Clearly disappointed with that pass.
Norway clearly should have gone for the easier pass.
It's Neymar! Stood his ground strongly, and he's managed to get free. Boyan!
I prefer not to speak.
He's delivered all right! Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Well, I admire players to sing like that as long as they can.
Perfect example play.
Rice,
Third man after third man.
Norway looking to pass their way through. Tries a shot! The goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Batistuta. Promising position.
This is a next-level auto clear.
Take any risks. It's level pegging at half-time. Say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken.
This is a next-level link-up play.
Was well marshaled there because he was denied the opportunity.
Another very good example play with players crowding the middle.
And it's Rice. Now there's a fine ball. Decent chance. That's another chance. Oh, it's done well. Great stop. It's changed. Tries to play it through. Now this could be a chance. Maldini. So we've reached the hour mark. Neymar. Now it's Rice. Ball swung in. Treat here. Modern football for you and all that pressing. And that's aimed into. He gets big. Can play havoc with defenses.
Another long ball, second ball, and the left SS run.
Can he get on the end of this? And this is Ronaldinho. He rises! Goal!
Why do you take a touch? Are you telling me that I should use Smart Assist too because else you are just going to act stupid? Thank you so much for watching. This long ball tactic is very interesting. Will you give it a try in online division?